The thing is, everybody keeps talking about Affirm is great, Quadpay is wonderful, and Afterpay is excellent. So, in today's conversation, I want to compare and contrast those three buy now, pay later apps: Affirm versus Quadpay versus Afterpay. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. How are you today? I hope you are doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous, if you were to ask me. If you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka and let's roll. In today's conversation, I want to do Affirm versus Quadpay versus Afterpay. So, as we're talking about buy now, pay later apps for big purchases, let's first define what we're really talking about. What is a BNPL app? BNPL, buy now, pay later apps and services, lets you purchase items online and pay for them over time. Typically, we've seen it's like they give you weekly installments, semi-weekly, or monthly. The most common number of installment is 4. So if you bought something online recently, you might have noticed that you have like a BNPL option during checkout. PayPal credit is a pretty common example. To stay competitive, most buy now, pay later apps charge no fees and no interest. So if you buy a $100 set of AirPods through Affirm, for example, you will only pay 4 installments of $25. No hidden fees, no markups, nada. So how does a BNPL app work? So you download the app and you link your bank account or credit card. You shop on Amazon, Dell, or thousands of other online stores through the app, and you add items to your cart, and you choose the BNPL payment option at checkout. Very simple. And so what's the catch here? What's the catch to buy now, pay later apps? In short, most apps works like this. It's all cake and roses as long as you make your payments on time, right? So the big problem is when you miss a payment. If you miss a payment, however, it's like stepping on a financial landmine. First, you'll be subject to sky-high interest up to 29.99%. So unlike a credit card, BNPL apps often charge interest on the entire purchase amount, not just your remaining balance. Besides, the app's attempt to withdraw from your bank account may result in overdraft fees from your bank as well. Next, you can be subject to late fees. So first, we have sky-high interest on the balance on the entire amount. Then you have late fees. These aren't too bad, but usually around $20. But they certainly ruin the whole point of the deferred payment, right? And last, and certainly not the worst. I mean, not the best. It's certainly the worst in our view. Some buy now, pay later apps may report your late payment to the credit bureaus, which will lower your credit score. So in short, buy now, pay later apps are convenient but risky. Very important. So should you use it? It depends. Really depends on you. If you are responsible with your credit, then go ahead and but don't charge too much. Don't charge, for example, like a laptop of $1,000 on a buy now, pay later app. No, you could put this on a credit card, right? If the credit card has a 0% intro APR period, that will be fantastic. You could also take out a personal loan if you have good credit. One thing I want to say here is that the most important features of a buy now, pay later app, you have interest rates, prepayment, and late payment penalties. Folks, what I'm trying to do here is that before I actually compare and contrast Affirm, Quadpay, and Afterpay, I want you to really understand how the whole BNPL apps work, how they work. So the most important features you need to pay attention to are interest rates, prepayment and late payment penalties, installment and terms. Some buy now, pay later apps let you pay back in 2, 4, and even 16 installments, while others restrict you to just 4 for simplicity. Also, BNPL apps can offer terms as short as 2 weeks or as long as 1 year. So you want to consider the date of the month you get paid and be sure to choose an app that offers the flexibility you need. You also have to think about minimum and maximum loan amounts. So buy now, pay later apps can range from $50 to $2,500. In our research, we've seen some apps go all the way to $10,000. Credit requirements, all right, and you have to think about whether whether you have good credit or bad credit or low credit, and what kind of credit requirements the app requires. You also have to think about credit reporting, because some buy now pay later apps reports your payments to the credit bureaus and some don't. So if you're trying to build credit, if you're trying to, let's say you have no credit or you have bad credit and you're trying to improve it, then you want to choose an app that reports your payments to the credit bureaus. And automatic payment functionality, this is something very important. So you should ensure that your chosen buy now pay later app has automatic payment functionality. This is the easiest way to ensure you don't miss a payment due to absent-mindedness. In other words, you want to automate everything. So in today's conversation, what I want to do by comparing and contrasting Affirm, Quadpay, and Afterpay, we looked at 5 criteria. The first criterion, fees. Second criterion, terms. Third criterion, vendor acceptance. Fourth, usability and design. And last but not the least, customer ratings and reviews. By the way, I just want to quickly focus on vendor acceptance. Naturally, a buy now, pay later app is only as good as the list of vendors that accept it, right? Each of the apps that we have been reviewing today has a laundry list of retail partners who play ball, where you can buy both essentials and discount gifts, not just overpriced luxury goods. All right, so now that I have laid the foundation to today's conversation, let's first talk about Affirm. So if you're looking to make a big purchase, new furniture, musical equipment, even a coding boot camp, but don't have the cash at hand, the startup company Affirm offers an alternative to plunking that 3 to 4 figure balance on a credit card. Affirm offers easy, quick financing with simple terms and no hidden fees. They're very transparent. So when making a purchase at a participant retailer, you simply choose the option you like at checkout, and you can sign up for an account at the Affirm website or simply pick them as a payment option on the checkout page for their retail partners. And we love the fact that Affirm allows you to actually go through because Affirm really is a funding company, is a loan financing company, but they have no prepayment penalty. So if you pay your loan before your final due date, you only pay the interest that has already accrued. All right. And so Affirm operates similarly to a credit card. So the company allows you to make a purchase at an online store immediately and pay it back over time through fixed installments. So here we're talking about 0% to 30% APRs. And in terms of, they want you to have fair to good credit. A down payment may be required. If you have bad credit, for example, they might require you to put down, let's say 10%. And you have various repayment methods. So you have 3-month repayment, 6-month repayments, or 12-month term. And it's very easy to create an account at Affirm. Just go to the website, and you have all the information there. And one thing I also want to say here is that Affirm is is very straightforward about what you will pay. They promise that you will not be hit with any hidden fees or prepayment penalties. For instance, if you come into an unexpected windfall, say a bonus at work or a fat tax refund, and decide not to use it to pay off your Affirm loan, Affirm is cool with that. They will not charge you a fee for denying them the additional interest. Affirm even will not hit you with a late fee if you are late with the payment. Crazy, right? So they will, however, probably not opt to give you another loan in the future. They also do not offer extensions on your loans. So be sure you pick a term long enough so your monthly payments are not a burden. Okay? So because if you think about it, what is Affirm really? Affirm is an alternative to personal loans. That's what it is. And they actually, we love the fact that they're very straightforward with that. And once you sign up for the right payment plan, and you can stick to that, if you want to come back and ask for another loan, they will give you better terms and lower fees. What are other features that we love with Affirm? So we love the fact that you can build credits. So if you don't have, let's say, if your credit is kind of low or inexistent, you can actually use Affirm to build credit. you have to understand that you have point of sale loans. Although every company is different, point of sale loans work similarly for them all. So the lender makes the payment to the retailer on behalf of the customer at the time of execution of a transaction. The outstanding balance is recovered from the customer over time. So you have with Affirm, you have flexible payment schedules. You have additional security, so there is no credit card involved when paying through Affirm. As you do not have to provide a credit card number for any purchase made through Affirm, you will benefit from an additional layer of protection against fraud or identity theft. You have mobile connectivity, that's pretty cool. No late fee, no prepayment penalties, soft credit pull. So Affirm tests your credit score just like any other lender when evaluating your application for approval. The significant difference is that Affirm financing will not hurt your credit score. It's a soft pull, whether you get approved or not. This is because the company uses a soft credit check, which will not show up on your credit statement. You can take multiple credits, so every credit application at Affirm is considered a separate, closed-ended transaction that does not depend on existing credit lines with the borrower. This means you can have multiple Affirm loans going at once. As long as you make your payments on time, you should be good to go. So the loan amount here, you have up to $17,500. Typical APR, 10 to 30%. There is no origination fee. The funding time is immediate. Payment plan 3, 6, 12, 24, or 36 months. Longer terms are available at some retailers. And there's no minimum credit score and no minimum credit history needed. Okay, so this is best for new people who are new to credit who want to pay for a big purchase over time. So the question is, what are the pros and cons of Affirm here? The pros, you have quick access to cash, good interest rates, and take time making your payments. So they give you there is some flexibility here. The cons, you will not get approved if you don't have good credit. You may have to pay a down payment, right? So is Affirm really right for you? That's the big question here. Affirm loans will attract a particular type of consumer within a broader demographic. They are useful for people without a good credit score or those consumers trying to get out of credit card debt. And those loans, the Affirm loans, are not ideal for impulse shopping because you can rack up debt and monthly payments pretty quickly. But if you are making a purchase after careful consideration and have a plan on how to repay the loan, then Affirm will be the right option for you. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. We are still talking about buy now, pay later apps for big purchases. And today I want to review, after reviewing Affirm, I want to review Quadpay. So Quadpay, you want to use Quadpay to easily split 4 payments over 6 weeks without paying any interest. So after shopping online, select Quadpay at checkout what we're offered. In other words, if the retail partner is within the Quadpay ecosystem, and you can create also an account if you want. You can create an account on Quadpay's website or mobile app and get an instant approval decision. So Quadpay makes money by charging retail partners a fee for offering its services, as well as collecting late payments from customers. But the cool thing here is that as long as you pay on time, you will not be charged any fees or hidden costs. And you have to understand one thing that we also need to clarify here is that applicable interest rates on your credit card will still apply. Even though Quadpay doesn't charge any interest, there are some fees that you have to be mindful of. And the whole thing is that if you want to avoid this, please pay off your credit card balance each month or link your Quadpay account to your debit card instead. Right now, we have seen based on our research is that Quadpay's network of retail partners is not as big as Affirm or Afterpay, but they are working on it. The list is growing. So how does Quadpay really work? Quadpay allows you to finance your online order in 3 steps, 3 easy steps. First, you want to choose the Quadpay option when you check out with one of its partner retailers or shop at any online store that accepts Visa using the Quadpay mobile app. You need to link an existing debit or credit card to your Quadpay account, and Quadpay will automatically split your payments into 4 equal chunks and deduct them from your selected card on schedule. And what they do is the Quadpay team uses advanced algorithms to provide you with an approval decision within just a few minutes. You just have to enter a few pieces of information and let Quadpay take care of the rest. If approved, you will pay only the first 25% of your purchase amount. The other 75% will be divided equally and paid over the next 6 weeks. So you kind of have some down payments also. So you have to think about that. All right. So with Quadpay, you make 4 payments in 6 weeks with 0 interest. So what are some features you need to pay attention to when analyzing Quadpay? First, you have no extra cost. So Quadpay costs nothing to use, and you'll have no interest charges as long as you pay on time. You have automatic deductions, so each payment is automatically deducted from your chosen card, so you can be worry-free about manually paying. You get instant approval. It only takes a few moments to enter your information and receive an approval decision. You can do this right at checkout or ahead of time on Quadpay's website or through the app. There are no hard credit checks, so Quadpay only requires your mobile phone number, date of birth, and credit or debit card number. It never pulls a hard credit check, so your credit score will not be affected as long as you make your payments on time. You can shop anywhere on the go, so you can use the Quadpay mobile app to quickly and easily shop at any online shop that accepts Visa, even if it's not a direct Quadpay partner. You can also shop in-store with a Quadpay virtual Visa credit card. You have reminders. We love those reminders from Quadpay because you basically will receive text and email notifications before a payment is about to process. That's fantastic. So you can probably you have a chance to put in, just kind of replenish the bank account or the credit card if that's the case. You can easily manage your account, so you can sign in to see upcoming payments, orders, and account information all in one place. You can earn credit card points and rewards. That's pretty cool. And if you pay early, you can pay installment ahead of time, or you can pay multiple installments at once at no extra cost. And you have returns and refunds. So still make returns like you normally would and get refunded for what you've already paid. And how much does Quadpay cost? Quadpay is a free service that never charges any hidden fees or interest. The only time you will pay a fee is if you miss a payment. You will be charged $7 for the first day a payment goes unpaid, and an additional $7 if your payment is a full 7 days late. If you think you cannot make a payment by its due date, you want to contact Quadpay ahead of time and explain the situation. They could be forgiven. In some cases, customer service may be able to remove your payment date, but there is no guarantee. And Quadpay is definitely safe. Payments through Quadpay are secure, but it's important to keep in mind that even though Quadpay doesn't require a hard credit check, the company may report late payments or defaults to major credit reporting bureaus, which, if you understand, this could negatively affect your credit score. And so how do you sign up for Quadpay? Very easy. What you have to do is you can select the Quadpay option at checkout, online checkout that is, or create an account on its website or mobile app. You just need to provide your date of birth, a mobile number, and a debit or credit card. You also have to meet this basic requirements. So you have to live in the US, be at least 18 years old, and capable of entering into a legally binding contract, 19 in the state of Alabama. You need to have a valid and verifiable mobile phone number. You need to have a US credit or debit card. Okay, so those are the 4 major requirements. I want to speak to you now about Afterpay. So Afterpay is another big player, and they've been doing a lot of good work in the last few years. And so when you think about Afterpay, I want you to think about interest-free payments on online purchases. So Afterpay works like a loan, but with 0 interest, no extra cost, and a whole lot more. And you might have already seen Afterpay as a payment option in stores and online. If you haven't, you probably will soon. Afterpay is simple. So let's say what happens here is that when you buy something, you simply select Afterpay as your payment method. Then you'll have several weeks to pay the amount back in 4 installments and no extra cost. 4 installments, folks. 4. It's already fully integrated. The app, that is already fully integrated in a number of stores so that you can buy now and pay later without paying a cent more than the price of whatever you're buying. And how does the app work? So you can start shopping with Afterpay by simply signing up and linking your debit or credit card, kind of similar to Quadpay or Affirm. There is no paperwork or complicated approvals process. All you have to do is sign up and confirm your details and you're good to go. Simply select Afterpay as your payment option at checkout. So at the time of purchase, you'll need to pay the first quarter of the total amount, with the remaining 3 quarters paid back every 2 weeks after that. You will receive reminders before payments are due, and they will be processed automatically when the time comes so that you don't have to worry about it. Okay? One thing I want to say here is that in order to make sure the service is free to use for everyone, the amount you can spend at any one time is subject to approval. And approval is based on various factors, including the number of unpaid Afterpay accounts you have and your history paying off your Afterpay account. So they'll look at that. So what are the features of shopping with Afterpay? So you have no extra cost. You can borrow what you need. Immediate use, we'll love that. Manage your account. They have a great user interface and everything is great in terms of their dashboard. That's pretty cool. You have reminders. So similar to a Quadpay and Affirm, you will receive ahead of time some reminders when a payment is coming up and how much it is, so that you can make sure there is enough money in your account. You have automatic deductions. You have refunds and more. So if you change your mind, you can still get a refund for purchases you've made with Afterpay in line with each store's refunds policy. You can pay in advance. And this app also has, in our view, market-leading security. So Afterpay uses an extremely high level of security for both your card details and your personal information. What about costs here? How much does Afterpay cost? Now, the service is free. There are only 2 costs involved, and one of them is the cost of the item you're buying. The other is a late fee for missed installments. If a payment is unsuccessful, you'll be notified and you'll have a chance to log in and choose a different payment method. If you don't pay by 11 p.m. Eastern the next day, you will be charged an $8 late fee. If you fail to make a payment within 7 days, you'll be charged another $8 fee. So late fees are kept at $8 or 25% of the purchase value, whichever is less. You can also change your payment methods at any time, or even have multiple payment options to make sure you are always able to keep up and keep using the Afterpay service. And if you fail to make repayments, similar to a Quadpay or Affirm, Afterpay could report that non-payment or late payment to a credit reporting bureau, and this reporting process may affect your credit score. And Afterpay is pretty safe. It's very safe. It's important to remember that Afterpay is still a type of credit, so they may report defaults to credit bureaus. And in terms of your information, Afterpay is a PCI DSS Level 1 certified compliance service provider organization, which means what? It means that the company abides by the comprehensive set of requirements to keep your data secure. And to sign up for Afterpay, you have to be at least 18 years old and capable of entering into a legally binding contract. Again, in Alabama, it's 19. You need to have a valid and verifiable email address and mobile number. You need to have a credit or debit card, and that's it. Afterpay is not a store credit application. You don't have to sign anything or fill out an application form. All you have to do is make sure you read the details, sign up online, and you are good to go. And one thing I want to say here is that before we actually close this section, is that Afterpay does not charge customers to use its service. Instead, it makes money by charging its partner retailers fees for offering the service. It also makes some money by charging customers late fees. All right. The platform will not charge you interest. However, if you use a credit card as your payment method, then you can be charged interest on that credit card. Interest-free periods on credit cards are usually 1 month if you have paid your previous statements balance in full, while Afterpay offers a slightly longer repayment terms. All right, folks, so you've heard about all the 3 buy now, pay later apps. Which one should you choose? It really depends. It depends on your situation. These 3 apps are fairly similar, so ultimately it's a matter of personal preference, the stores where you shop, and your current financial situation. So our pick, even though the 3 apps are pretty similar, our pick is Affirm. So So we've given Affirm 10 over 10, Quadpay 9.5 over 10, and Afterpay 9 over 10. Thank you so much for your attention, folks. I will see you next time, but until then, remember, stay marvelous.